After the last speech, I learned that many of you guys are animal lovers, and so I came up with my speech topic for this class while I was at the dog park talking to a dog lover. And this lady told me in brief the story of Hashi the dog, also Hashiko, but Hashi is short for that. And here's a picture of the dog. And Hashiko is an Akita Inu, which is a Japanese breed of dog. And I think you guys should know about Hashi because it shows how loyal dogs are. And Hashi lived in Tokyo, Japan with his owner, Professor Uno, and he would walk his professor to the Shibuya train station every morning and drop him off for work, where the professor would get on the train and go to work, and then the dog would come back there every single day to pick him up from work. And one day in 1925, the professor had a stroke at work, so he ended up dying, and the dog was confused because obviously he didn't know why he wasn't there. And he went to his house and he realized that the professor had no longer lived there, and so the dog would go every day for 8 years to the train station at the same exact time at 3 o'clock to go pick up his owner. And obviously he never showed up, but that's how loyal this dog was. And the train master, knowing the story of the professor dying and stuff, would feed him and stuff, and they tried to give him to another family, but that didn't work out because the dog would always run away back to the train station. So he was really kind of like a homeless dog that would get scraps, from people off the street. And eventually, one of the professor's students wrote a story that was published about him, and so this dog, Hashi, became famous. And people would come from all over Japan to come see the dog at the train station, and they'd feed him and pet him for good luck and stuff. And eventually they made a statue there of him, which I'll show you a picture if I can get this to work. There you go. That's a picture of the statue that they made. And the dog actually got to be there on the day that the statue was presented and stuff. But the original statue was melted and destroyed during World War II, but they recreated the statue, which this is the one that they recreated, and it is still there today. And people worldwide, when he died in 1935, people worldwide knew about it, and it was a tragedy really for people because they saw how loyal the dog was. And they took the body and stuffed it, and it's in the Tokyo Museum of Art. And then the dog's flesh was cremated, and it is the only dog that's buried in like a real person cemetery, and he's buried in the Ayama Cemetery, which is right next to his owner because of the loyalty the dog showed. And some of you guys may know they made a movie of this dog. It's an Americanized version of the story because it happens in America. And that was done in 2008. So some of you guys sort of may know the story. And every year on April 8th, people come to the statue at the train station to show honor to the dog. And all of you guys need to know about this story because of how loyal this dog was, and to show how loyal dogs can be in